Hi guys, how you doing? I'm doing well, and again today I would like to practice my English by reading the story. They say it's short story, but what I'm looking now, kind of like not short story for me. Okay, so and I will figure out what is happened in the story. And while I reading, I want to practice my skill by try to imagine in the picture what is happening in the story. And while I'm looking at the story now, I will say a lot of words. I don't know what it means, and I'm not sure if I pronounce correct or not. Please listen and let's get started. The Cat by Mary E. Wilkins Freeman. Freeman delivers this well-crafted tale with cunning and patience. Just like the cat, it is about the need for companionship even by dogs who can survive alone in the harshest conditions. The snow was falling and the cat's fur was stiffly pointed with it, but he was imperturbable. He said, conscious, not conch, okay? Oh, sorry. Let me try again. When you start reading the new story in my mind, I try to pronounce correct. That is like I struck when I want to say something, and then it's like, okay, let me try again. The snow was falling. The cat's fur was stiffly pointed with it, but he was imperturbable. He said, conched, ready for, he said, coast, ready for the day spring, as he has sat for hours. It was night, but that made no difference. Autumns were as one to the cat when he was in bed to play. Then, too, he was under no constraints of human will, for he was living alone that winter. Nowhere in the world was any voice calling him, or no heart was there awaiting this. He was quite free except for his own desire, which ranges over him when unsatisfied as now. The cat was very hungry, almost famished, in fact, for the winter had been very bitter, and all the fables, wild things which were his prey by inheritance, the bronze souls to his family, had kept for the most part in their burrows and nests, and the cat's long hunch has avowed him nothing, but he waited with the inconceivable patience and persistency of his rack. Besides, he was certain the cat was creature to absolute convictions, and his fault in this deduction never wavered. The rabbits had gone in there between those raw hunch pins bought. Now her little doorway has before it so chalky curtain of snow, but in there she was. The cat had since her enter, so like a swift grey shadow that even his sharp and practiced eyes had glanced back for the substance following, and then she was gone. So she sat down and waited, and he waited still in the white night, listening angrily to the nose stirring in the upper hills of the mountains. with distant scream, then swelling into an awful crescendo of wrath, and snapping down with falling sweet wing of snow like a flocks of pheasants, erects into the valleys and valley's. The cat was on the side of a mountain, on a wooden terrace, above him and a few feet away towards the rock, absent as steep as the walls of the cultures. The cat had never climbed it. Trees were landers to his heels of life. He has often looked with wonder at the rocks and mountains, victories, and resolutely as man does into facts to a borrowing proven stance. At his left was the chaste precipice, behind him, with a short stretch of body close between, was a thousand perpendicular wall of a mountain stream. Before him was the way to his home. When the rabbit came out, she was trapped. Her little clawing feet could not scale such unbroken steps, so the cat waited. The place in which he was locked like a maelstrom of the wood, the trunks of trees and bushes clinging to the mountainside with a stream couch of rocks. The portraits, where is it? The portraits, trunk and branches, the vines, embellishing, the vines, embellishing, everything with strong knots and coils to grow has a courage, a freak, and as of things with his wildest for airs. In a current of bringing water, only it was not water, but wind, which has disposed everything in countries, lines of yelling to its firecast point of onset. And now over all this view of woods and rocks and this trunk on branches and vines, they scraped the snow. It blew down like smoke over the rock catch above. It stood in a grinding scrum like some days vengeance of nature on the level. Then it broke over the edge of the precipice, and the catch closed before the first black wall set of it. It was as its eyes sneezed. Sprinkles his skin through his beautiful thin fur, but he never felt thirst and never once cried. He had nothing to gain from crying and everything to lose. The rabbit would hear him cry and know he was waiting. It grew darker and darker, with a strength with a smuggle in space of the natural blackness of night. It was a night of storm and death, separated to the night of nature. The mountains were all hidden, wrapped about over, swell and tumultuous, overborne by it, but in the midst of the waited, quiet and conquered. These little unswerving living patterns and power under the little coat of grey fur. A fire-cold blast swept over the rock, spun on one mighty foot of rise and upwards the level, then was over precipice. Then the cat saw the eyes, romances, the total frantic with the impress of fight. He saw a little giving stance nose, he saw two pointing ears, and he kept still with very one of his fine nerves and muscles strings like wires. Then the rabbit was out. There was one long line in Clarence's fright and tutor, and the cat had her. Okay, it's quite like long, so I think I want to stop now because I think I pronounce a lot of words incorrect because many words I don't know how to pronounce, and I think some I know, but because while I'm reading I not pay attention all the time, and I'm sure I'm reading incorrect a lot, but I just want to share you guys. I will try to read it again, and it's kind of like interesting story, so I will explain to you later, and if you want to read it, get it started. Thank you.